Other than the community engagement plan, how do you plan to increase our partnership with the SBCUSD and local colleges and universities in order to improve access to education opportunities? Which other partnerships do you believe your ward/community would benefit from?
Well, first off, I think it's important. A point that I've made before is the fact that not everyone needs to go to college. That that there's technical training areas, and I think I might have mentioned before that I probably would have gone to a technical training field had I had that option. But as it was, I really wasn't prepared for college in high school, and so I was thinking about it when I was in my first job. But with regard to the kind of partnerships with local colleges and universities, I see the example of the San Manuel, the Community Health Center, the fact that there's a partnership between Loma Linda, the San Manuel tribe, and also with the Unified School District. That's a model that we can follow. And of course, there's from my point of view, a lot of people don't feel this way, is that a university is really a jobs training facility. The original president of Cal State, Fowle, wanted a liberal arts school. And liberal arts is aimed at not necessarily preparing you for a specific job, but preparing you for life. And there's a lot of good arguments, and I think Fareed Zakaria just wrote a book on liberal education. And there's a lot to be said about that, to prepare the person in terms of history and philosophy and many of the other humanities. But the point is, from a practical standpoint, I think a lot of people approach college as being the opportunity of guaranteeing that they're going to have a good opportunity to receive a job in the future. And so in every field, in my particular department, my background in city planning, I really fostered the inclusion. And when I was chair of the department, we spent $500,000, which was wonderful for a particular department of Geography and Environmental Studies, on just computer equipment in a given year. And the university at the time, it was about 10 years ago, there were better financial times. They were more than willing to do that. And just to upgrade our computer equipment, to get the licensing from Esri, and again, just to get the marginal, the peripheral facilities, the printers and so forth. And so for several years, Cal State was providing us with $400,000, $500,000, $200,000, and so forth. Very good allocations for us. You can take that then, and with internships, and again, I'm thinking about partnerships. You establish partnerships in my field with community development in San Bernardino. Because they're successful partnerships with individuals, Cal State itself developed its own office. I'll just call it the Office of Internships and Partnerships, in which they go out and they try to establish partnerships with financial institutions, with city government, among others, in order to get students into the field for practical education. So from my point of view, establishing partnerships, gosh, Cal State, you've got students there that are training and getting practical experience while they're being trained. You get your foot in the door. Often people who don't get internships, that don't get the practical experience before they graduate, okay, they got this degree. Well, the point is that somebody who has a little bit more experience is going to get to the top of that stack of resumes. And so, partnerships from my point of view, again, at the individual department level, is to get students out in the field. And over the years, just in planning, I've had dozens of students, but every quarter in the field of GIS, in the field of water quality hydrology, we are able to locate students in specific agencies that will provide them hands-on experience with that. And so the idea of partnerships, from my point of view, is just, that's sort of the method of operation. is that it's a training facility. You need to get out to the private sector. K through 12, you just assume that people are just going to go on to the next grade, and you don't have to worry about what's taking place out there in the environment. But university is different. The faculty should be interested in the fact that their students are going to become workers. They could be, CPAs, they could be people involved with planning, or they could be involved with criminal justice, could go into law and so forth. So my idea of partnerships is sort of goes along with education. And so from my point of view, partnerships is not something new. It's something that is part of my job. And so one of the reasons why I got so engaged with the city is that it helped me to be a better planning professor, because then I could talk to the students in terms of general plans. This is what happened when you didn't have a general plan. This is what happened when a specific there was too much special interest involved in a particular situation. And I always remember and trying to build this lakes project, even when it was reduced. You think, water seeks its own level, and so they said, well, you're going to have this 9-foot deep lake in the center of the city, and I said, well, do you realize what that's going to look like? Because between, say, the northwest corner with a GIS map, I'm trying to think what the government, the geological survey, with a geological survey map with the contour lines and so forth, from the northwest corner to the southeast corner, there's an actual drop of 60 feet that has to be accounted for. In other words, there's going to be this lake, but by baseline, are you going to drop? Is there going to be a 30-foot bluff there? Then you're going to have a 30-foot embankment at this. How's that going to look? Now, when you drive down East Street, it looks flat. But if you go from that northwest corner to the southeast corner, there's a drop of 60 feet. You show it on the contour lines. And how's that going to look once you get there? And again, nobody was thinking about that. Oh, that's not true. Well, here's the map. Take a look at it. This is the federal government's map. That's what the developers base their plans on. So, and again, that kind of a situation, all of a sudden students, there really is value to this. I didn't stop all development. There are some developments that, for example, out of Cal State now, the student housing that's going in, and also the mixed land uses that are being planned for ultimately, hopefully, the Carousel Mall, or the bus rapid transit, the SBX, which people just can't quite understand yet. But once these things come together, it'll, it's gonna, I always say that, and people say, well, you can say that,